What's up everyone? In today's video, we're gonna be talking about 5 awesome upgrades for your Shop Vac, wet dry vac. Rigid is what I use, but 5 accessories that are gonna make your vacuuming life so much easier. They're gonna actually save you money, save you time, so let's get into this. Now, all the accessories that I'm gonna be showing you in today's video, guys, are all linked down in the description below so you can access them very, very easily. Okay, so item number 1 is fairly self-explanatory. The hoses that these things come with are generally terrible. They're usually about 6 feet long, not crush proof. You can totally flex them. Once they start getting bent, they'll kink, and then they'll rip a little crack in the side of the hose. Then you're dealing with that. You're trying to duct tape it. Total waste of time. Time is your most important commodity, so do not waste your time trying to deal with a crappy hose. Upgrade your hose. That's number 1. And for me, as a car detailer, this is the kit that I choose, but you can just get this with just the hose. But this one's about $5 more than just the hose accessory kit. So this is what I definitely recommend. It comes with some awesome accessories. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this thing open for you guys really quickly, just so I can show you some of the accessories. First off, you have a little claw tool, really nice grips on the side. Just a good little unit. It's already ergonomically angled, so it's comfortable for you to use. I personally don't use that very much. I pretty much, as a car detailer, I pretty much only use this, the little crevice tool. I love this one because it does have this little rubberized piece here, so you can bend it and really get it into the tight spots. I will say, guys, in my personal experience, this eventually will crack the rubber. If you really are constantly tweaking it like that, it'll crack over time. But still a fantastic tool. It comes with it. This is normally like 15 bucks, same for that other one. So the fact that you're only paying $5 more to get these accessories with this kit is phenomenal value. Along with those 2 attachments, you get 2 adapters, and then you also get 2 brush attachments as well. Again, I personally don't use these very much. They have a nice kind of softer nylon and then a more bristled one. For me, it's not soft enough to get in and hit anything on the dash of a car. I don't want to worry about scratching any vehicle surfaces, but around the shop or whatever else, these may be beneficial to you, so keep that in mind. It's nice that it comes with them. And last but not least, the cream of the crop here, guys, the reason you buy this thing, you get a 10-foot crush-resistant and crush-proof hose, so you can really squeeze this thing hard. It's dual-lined, I guess, is what they list it as. That's what makes it so strong, and it's phenomenal. I love this thing so much. I have these on all my vacuums because they make things so much better. You're not dealing with the hose cracking. You're not dealing with the short hose. The only downside that I have to this, which isn't a downside for me, but it may be for you, so just keep this in mind. This hose is a smaller diameter than what they ship with. It's usually like a 2.5 or 2 1/4, something like that, and this is a 1 7/8, I believe, or 1 1/4. It says 1 1/4 accessories, but I think that's actually the connection point, not the hose diameter. But you do have to take into account that everything does have to go through this opening here, so I guess the real usable number is 1 1/4. So again, not a big deal for me. As I said, I'm always using this attachment anyway, so if anything's getting through there, it's getting through here, no big deal. But again, if you're in your shop and you have larger debris, just keep that in mind. All right, guys, now item number 2 is another addition to your hose accessories, and this is from Milwaukee, but this is made to fit all these different hoses. So let me go ahead and pop this thing open. This thing is awesome. I found this recently when I was doing some Black Friday shopping. I came across this. Comes in this awesome sleeve, right? And there's multiple sizes and multiple lengths, as you can see here. But you get the one basic nozzle attachment piece. And then as you can see, there's a little notch on the side here. And that attaches to these. So you can just insert it. You just got to line it up, get it inserted, twist it on so it's not going to come off. And look at this nozzle extension I have now, guys. It's soft, it's pliable, so you're really able to get in and behind everything that you need. I love this for car detailing because I'm able to get way under seats into all the tight spots between the seat and the center console. I typically use compressed air to blow all that stuff out before, but if I'm doing a maintenance job and I'm not hooking up my compressed air, then having this and having the ability to get in all of that stuff is phenomenal. Again, if you're in your shop or just your garage, having this to be able to get behind your toolboxes, behind just anything you need to get to, you're going to be able to get to with this. Okay, now item number 3 is a very simple one. It's been around forever. I've never used them until recently because I did a smoker's car recently. They had a bunch of cigarettes and ash and all that kind of stuff in the ashtray of the car, which is that smaller, finer debris. And this is also very important if you're picking up sawdust or any kind of smaller debris, because that typically will blow out of the exhaust port on your vacuum, and that is a muffler. So why do I love this muffler so much? In addition to catching debris so you're not constantly blowing stuff back out into the space where you're breathing, it also muffles sound. So it actually drops the decibel level of your vacuum slightly. Not a huge improvement. We'll touch on that in a second here, but still an improvement. And so I really appreciate that, especially if I'm working at a customer's house when it's earlier. I don't want to have a bunch of noise, and this kind of helps me bring that noise level down. Again, in your shop, there's echoes and all that kind of stuff. Having to protect your ears, having this muffle the sound a little bit. Really cool. And again, this is improving your air quality, guys. This is helping to reduce any of the fine debris that's blowing out of the vacuum. So very important, very cool. I actually have these on all my vacuums now just because I see the value in this thing. Dropping the sound level and protecting myself from dirty air. Okay, so moving on to item number 4, nothing exciting here, but it's going to save you money. So this is very important, right? We're talking about filters, filter replacements. Obviously there's different sizes for different brands and for different styles of vacuums. Now, if you watched my videos in the past, the one that I like to use the most for my car detailing business is one like this, a little square box one, because I'm able to stand on it, use it as a step stool, as a seat. Now, I don't think Rigid recommends that, but I do it all the time. I haven't broken the thing. I'm 215 pounds, so I love these things. The problem with these Shop Vacs is once the filter starts to get dirty, you're losing suction considerably, pretty quickly. So replacing your filters is essential, but the problem is they're very expensive. This thing is $19 for one. Now I'm gonna put a link down in the description, and they actually make aftermarket ones that will fit this vacuum exactly. And these are from a brand just on Amazon, but you can get a 2-pack for about 23 bucks. So essentially half off, right? So instead of $19, you're paying 12 something a piece. Now, do they work as well as the Rigid branded ones? I don't know, I've never tested it personally. I'm not picking up a ton of fine dust debris as a car detailer. But again, the situation where I was picking up ashtray stuff, then I want a filter that works well. But that gets us into this next part, which is how to save even more money on your filters. And that is 2 things. And those 2 things are essentially pre-filters. So a basic bag attachment, guys, that you can install into your wet dry vac will act as a filter. It's gonna collect all the dirt, debris, dust, and everything into this. Anything that gets out of this will go then into this filter, keeping this filter clean longer and reducing your need to buy these as much. Now, the bags aren't super cheap, but they are way more cost effective than the filters themselves. Plus, you're able to keep your vacuum clean. It's easy to dump this out. It's just an awesome option. Now, I've always known that they made them for the big cylinder type vacuums, but I wasn't sure if they made them for these, and they do. This is the Rigid 3 to 4.5 gallon bag, and it will fit just like so in your Shop Vacs. And as another thing, you can actually get these kind of universal fit filters. Now, this is just like a basic filter material. It's just like a bag, right? But what you can do is if you don't want to use a bag like this, which whatever, you know, if you don't want to deal with that, you can get these and you can insert it over your filter. Okay, so you get this thing installed on your vacuum, place this over your filter, and it comes with a little rubber band so you can just secure it in place up top here. And what this does is acts as a pre-filter. Again, all the stuff's gonna be hitting this, getting stopped, and then the filter inside will stay cleaner longer. Now you may be asking yourself, is that reducing the suction because it's creating more restriction of the airflow? And yeah, maybe. I haven't noticed anything personally, just from anecdotally using it. I haven't noticed a loss in suction, but it makes sense in my mind that doing a pre-filter like that kind of mimics a slight layer of dirt and debris on the filters, which would affect it, so I don't know. But like I said, I haven't noticed anything personally, and it does save you a ton of money. Now you can also get pool skimmer bags, and those are a thin nylon. It'll serve the same purpose, but they're nice because they fit on snug. I just ran out of them, but I'll make a whole separate video on those. And I like those because they're even more kind of a thinner material, so it really doesn't restrict any of the airflow, but it gives you an opportunity to clean off the filter very easily. So I'll make a video on that, like I said, coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. Okay guys, now number 5 on the list, the last item is going to convert your wet dry vac into a carpet extractor for cleaning stains. Fantastic little unit here. This is from a company called Rip Clean. So they give you an extractor crevice tool, okay? You get either a 25 or 50 foot water hose line. This is up to you. You can choose which size you want. I went with the 50 because I don't know how far a water source is going to be from the car that I'm working on. But if you're in your house or whatever else, you actually can get an adapter that you can connect from a hose faucet into this. So you can even use it in your house and, you know, extract your sofas or whatever else you need. But like I said, it does come with this. So this is a standard garden hose fitting. So you screw that on there, turn the water hose on. It's gonna feed all the way through the hose. This hose, they give you this awesome crush proof, again, 10-foot crush proof hose, similar to the one I was talking about earlier that I highly recommend. Just a slightly larger diameter on this one. 10 foot, and then it will run into your basic hose attachment for your vacuum. Now, once you have that all set up, you turn your vacuum on, you have the water source on, there's gonna be suction here. You just pull the trigger, it's gonna give you a nice fine mist of water so that you're able to use your chemical or whatever else that you're using to break down the stain, and then properly rinse it all away so that you're not leaving anything behind. Now, I have to say the build quality of this thing is pretty phenomenal. If you just look at this line here, it's like a heavily rubberized coated cover here into a nice brass quick connect to connect your water source. Build quality just is fantastic. Now this is a hose from my Mighty carpet extractor. Now this is a different situation, right? Because this is specifically built for that hose, or sorry, for that machine. But just to show you guys the build quality, very similar here, right? Nice clear head so you can get those satisfying, you know, nasty water suction videos to go through there. But you can see the trigger sprayer. Actually, you know what? I kind of like this fact here. The nozzle where the solution is going to be coming out of, or your water to rinse everything away, is closer to the tip here than the Mighty is. Now, is that a benefit or a negative? I personally like that because it's going to give you a little more pressure to really dig in and get everything out. This one, obviously, you're going to get a wider fan set back a little bit further. But either way, both of them are fantastic. The hose on the Mighty is crush proof as well, but it's a little bit of a harder plastic. I personally like this one better. It just feels easier to use. It's not going to be as cumbersome as the one on the Mighty. Now, the one benefit of the Mighty side here, guys, is the fact that the water hose here goes inline inside the hose, which is really nice. But the reason they're able to do that is because they know exactly how much length they need because it's running to an actual extractor machine. This, right, we're running a 10-foot vacuum hose, and then we have a 25 or 50-foot water hose so that you can connect it to wherever you want. So this just gives you a phenomenal option to get all the suction and water flow that you need to get professional results without buying that Mighty cost me $1,300, I think, somewhere right around there. So this thing retails for about $200, right around that range. If you're a professional car detailer or you're trying to get into it and you're trying to offer more services, this is a phenomenal way to start. Okay, so there you go, guys. 5 amazing upgrades for your Shop Vac, wet dry vac, that are gonna make your life easier, give you more options with that extractor attachment, and also how to save you money on all those filter replacements. So I hope that video helps you guys. Please make sure to like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any upcoming content. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.